I'm singing in the rain, yes, singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling. What is that, Luke? Happy again. Mary McNeight here with Service Dog Academy and Diabetic Alert Dog University. It is Medical Alert Dog Monday, where I answer your questions about medical alert dog training. As you know, we start out each week with a socialization item, and this week's socialization item was the umbrella that you just saw. Unfortunately, umbrellas can be pretty scary for dogs because they go from small to really big really quickly. And as you see with that automatic one, it definitely just comes right out at you. So that can be kind of scary for a lot of dogs. And the fact that I was twirling it behind my head can be scary too. It's like I've got like a rotating machine in the back of me. So get your dog used to umbrellas because they're a part of everyday life, especially in rainy areas like Seattle. So get yourself and your dog used to these potentially scary items because they come in lots of different sizes and lots of different colors. Our question of the week comes to us from Conrad from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Conrad has a 5-month-old Labrador puppy and wants to know at what age should you spay or neuter your dog? Well, I'm really glad that you asked this question, Connor, because I'm sure you're probably asking it because you've gone and done your research and either asked your friends or your vet, or you've gone on the internet and you've maybe received a whole bunch of conflicting different answers. So, I'm really glad that you've come to me with this question. Although the prevailing theory with rescue groups and the vast majority of vets in the country is to spay or neuter your dog prior to sexual maturity at 6 to 9 months of age. The reason why this doctrine was preached all around the United States is because the United States euthanizes over 2 million dogs annually due to lack of homes for them. As you can imagine, that's a pretty bleak statistic. We can't find animals homes. 2 million of them cannot find homes. Another reason why this doctrine is so powerful is because it's been commonly thought in the United States that the vast majority of owners, pet dog owners, are negligent with their dog, and they are leaving intact dogs out and potentially causing a number of shelter dogs to rise, given the fact that they are not being properly monitored by their owners, left out on their own, and could potentially cause additional unwanted pregnancies and additional animals to be put into the shelter system. However, the tide is turning. What we're finding in statistical models comparing intact dogs to non-intact dogs is that number one, the intact dogs live longer. And number two, the intact dogs, and intact meaning they still have their anatomical gifts given to them by God, the intact dogs have less incidences of hip and elbow dysplasia. What you may not realize is some of the critical hormones that are involved in bone plate growth are produced by the ovaries and the testes, which means that if you remove these critical pieces of totally normal, God-given dog anatomy, they're there for a reason. The dogs have a tendency to grow faster and bigger. And the bone plates tend to not get the hormones that tell them to stop growing, especially in the first 2 years of life, and even critically in the first 18 months of life. Given that you're training a service dog, a dog who is going to be with you 24 hours a day, or supposed to be with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and you know that the cost of training a medical alert dog or purchasing a medical alert dog is about $25,000, there's a high likelihood that you're probably not going to leave Fido out in the yard unsupervised or roaming in your neighborhood. So in my personal opinion, that qualifies you as an abnormal pet dog owner, and probably means that you're not going to let your dog create an unwanted pregnancy. And consequently, can leave your dogs intact if you want to. Also, given that your dog will have additional stresses on their joints compared to a pet dog, because your dog is going to be accompanying you everywhere you go, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, day in, day out, jumping in and out of the car multiple times a day, you want to do everything possible to make sure that joint diseases are not going to happen, that they're prevented. And one of the things that you can do is delay spay or neutering. And with recent research suggesting that hip and elbow dysplasia can be prevented or at least delayed by spaying and neutering after 18 months of age, it's my professional recommendation that you delay spaying or neutering until 18 months to 2 years of age if you can. I understand it's you know, sometimes you get some unwanted behavior going on there with those parts still attached, but you know, it's a really good idea to try and keep those parts attached because God put them there for a reason. They are not there to, you know, just make babies. They are there to provide critical hormones that your dog really does need. Now, if you choose not to spay or neuter your dog, you can instead prevent unwanted pregnancies by doing a tubal ligation or a vasectomy instead. And now they have a tendency to cost more than an actual spay or neuter surgery, but they leave those critical hormones in the system. So what do you think of my answer? What do you think about delaying spay and neutering, or maybe even doing a vasectomy or a tubal ligation? Do you think it's irresponsible for me to ask you to delay spaying or neutering your dog until 18 to 24 months of age? I don't know. Leave a comment below on the YouTube channel or go to our website at servicedogacademy.com or diabeticalertdoguniversity.com and leave a comment for me to read. If you have a question about training or purchasing a medical alert dog, please contact me at info@servicedogacademy.com and I will try to get to your question in next week's Medical Alert Dog Monday YouTube video. I have a new intensive medical alert dog training class coming up September 22nd through September 25th of 2016 in St. Louis, Missouri. For more information about this class and any other classes that I might be teaching, please visit my website at servicedogacademy.com or diabeticalertdoguniversity.com. Please be sure to share this video with your friends and be sure to subscribe to the email list by going to the very bottom of servicedogacademy.com or diabeticalertdoguniversity.com and entering your name and email into the boxes on the bottom of the page. If you're like any of my other international students, like coming from Bolivia or trying to do training in Norway or India or wherever it is that you are on this planet and you cannot physically fly into my location, that is why I developed the Diabetic Alert Dog University online video training program. You can use these videos week by week to train your own dog in the comfort of your own home. Check it out at diabeticalertdoguniversity.com and you'll also find a bunch of testimonials and photos from students all around the world. Want one-on-one attention and can't come to St. Louis, Missouri? That's okay. Thanks to modern technology, I can actually be in your living room without actually leaving my living room and you leaving your living room. You can book your appointments online at Service Dog Academy or diabeticalertdoguniversity.com. I just want to remind you that you can change your life for the better with the use of a task-trained medical alert dog, and you can train your own medical alert dog. All it really takes is time, patience, working with the right temperamented dog, and working with the right experienced trainer. I have over 115 medical alert dogs all across the world, and I want to add you to my list of students who are utilizing their dogs to save their own life. I can't wait to see you next week in next week's Medical Alert Dog Monday YouTube video.